Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit with Sheena Metal. I'm your host, Sheena Metal, only on PARAPOD TV. Welcome all of the viewers of the PARAPOD TV network and all of our folks who are joining us and maybe discovering PARAPOD TV for the first time. I am your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium and an energetic healer, and I come to you live every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time from my home in Southern California. Here's what we do on the show. I'm a real psychic medium talking to real people just like you. They're asking real questions. We're working to get real answers from Spirit, having a real conversation, and hopefully getting them the real answers and healing that they desire. It's pretty simple. It's just everyday lovely folks asking questions, and I'm doing what I can to help and I heal, which is what I do. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, send me a text message. I'm at 818-437-0886. And if you are outside of the United States, you can hit me up on WhatsApp. 1 is my country code. So 1-818-437-0886. And please visit my website, sheenametalspiritual.com. And find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter. I'm just at Sheena Metal. It's so easy. I always like to talk a little bit about something before the show, because I think it's nice that Spirit gives me a little message to deliver to you before you get to see me deliver messages from Spirit to other people. And this is just kind of what's on Spirit's mind, so to speak. I talked a little bit about this, kind of brought this up randomly on the taping of my last show, that, you know, you don't have to take on the responsibility of everybody's everything. I'm a person who, I don't like people to be mad at me. I'm a peacemaker. I want to smooth things over. I want to make it right. I see that trait in so many of my clients. And unfortunately, Spirit sends me this message over and over again. And the message is this: sometimes the thing that is the most beautiful about you is not the thing that is serving you in your life. And I think empaths, we see that all the time with our empathy, right? Fixers, people pleasers, people smoother overers. These are great things for other people, but oftentimes they're not the best things for us. And you are not put on this earth to take on the responsibility of everyone else. Other people have to own their own stuff. Other people have to deal with their own stuff. You're not here to just weigh yourself down with everybody else's toxicity and emotional baggage because they don't want to have to do the work to free themselves from that. Do you know what I mean? We all have to do so much work on ourselves. We don't just come, well, we actually do come to the earth perfect, and then the world, and specifically humanity, messes us up. And then we spend the rest of our life trying to get free of that and be a truly free person. It's hard, but it's so important that you not carry the load for everything. When I teach workshops on empathy and on narcissism, I always say this, and I say it to my clients probably once a day. I say it to a client. An empath always asks, what did I do? 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 How can I fix it? How can I make it right? How can I smooth it over? How can I make it go away? What did I do? An empath always asks, what did you do? What did you do to cause that? What's wrong with you? How did you make that happen? I'll tell you an example if you want to know that you're dealing with a narcissistic person. So let's say I'm sad because I had a problem with a client. And I come to somebody in my life, lover, friend, family member, coworker, and I say, I feel terrible because X, Y, and Z happened and this person got mad at me and I'm not sure what happened. If the first word out of that person's mouth is, well, what did you do to cause it? You're dealing with somebody with narcissistic tendencies, who or even a full-blown narcissist. when somebody comes to you and tells you something has happened in their lives, your first thought shouldn't be, well, what did you do? And even if sometimes you wonder, I wonder what my friend did. If my friend did something, you don't ask that. Well, what did you do? Oh, I'm so sad because my boyfriend and I broke up. Well, what did you do? I mean, you know what I mean? If that's how a person thinks, if it automatically goes to what did you do? This is somebody who it has no interest in taking responsibility for themselves, because they always assume you're at fault. It's your fault. You did something. They're already blaming and shaming you for something that doesn't even have anything to do with them. And empaths will take that on. Oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? You don't have to take responsibility for everything. It's not your job. You are here to take responsibility for you. That's something to think about. All right, let's think about that. And if you'd like to be a guest on a future show and ask me a question, send me a text message, 818-437-0886, 818-437-0886. And now let's do a message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
I'm
So happy
great.
to be here.
Who are you and where are you coming in from?
My name is Jacob, and I'm from Stephenville, Texas.
Beautiful. And you have a
Yes.
beautiful baby on your lap.
Yes. I wanted to hold him during this. I felt the
Oh,
urge beforehand, so I was like, I'm going to hold him during this.
a gorgeous child, and he just made a noise.
Yes.
He's wonderful. What's your question, sweetheart?
So my question is, there's a position that I'm currently chasing at work.
Okay.
And I just really want Spirit's input on what I need to work on in order to get there, and if I really am ready or not, because I feel like I mean, I know no one's perfect, so like I'm sure there are things that I need to work on, but I feel that I am ready. But I want to know if I really am ready and what I need to do in order to get there.
I think you're absolutely ready. And I think two of the biggest things you need to do to get there, Jacob, is one, you need to not wonder if you're ready.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you go, especially in a job thing, when you go into something and even subconsciously you have that energy of, am I going to screw this up? Am I ready for this? People, we're animals, we're mammals, and we will sense that hesitation. And sometimes you won't get something just because you walk in feeling that way. So the number one thing is to know that you're 100% ready and you got this.
Okay.
And the second most important thing that it's important to know is that now is a wonderful time for this. It's the time for you to move forward. So when you go in to pursue this, two things: you need to have a clear intention. This is what I want and need. And you have to have a clear intention. I'm absolutely ready for this. I'm absolutely qualified for this. And there's no reason it shouldn't be me.
Okay.
And just not worrisome. And that's a good lesson for you to take with you in life, sweetie. It's funny, it fits right along what I was talking about, right? You don't have to apologize. You don't have to always worry that you're not good enough, because you're great. But you need to believe that, because if you have disbelief, you can block the energy with that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I can kind of I would have a tendency to like make it not happen for myself because I worry that I'm not ready.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
That's the thing. You can block that. I mean, that's you can block being ready by thinking you're not ready.
Okay.
Because you could do that for the rest of your life. I mean, for the rest of our lives. I grew up in my young years booking live music, and I would see these musicians that were, so talented, but they were always putting out product and people were always coming to see them play. I knew these other musicians that were geniuses, but 1, 3, 5 years would go by and not even a song would get released. I don't think it's perfect yet. I don't know. I don't think anybody will like it. And it was that holding back of the gift
Yeah.
that then they never was shared with anybody. Meanwhile, these other guys that were just like putting out, recording everything that came to their minds, they were out actually actively doing it. And there's an energy to actively doing it, and telling yourself you're not ready, it holds that energy back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be great, honey. You're good.
All right.
You're ready.
All right.
Take care of you. Thank you so much, hon.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, we got to know we're ready. What a great first person coming in. Thank you, Jacob. You got to know you're ready. You have to know you want it and you're ready for it. Now, if it doesn't happen, okay, sometimes spirit decides it's not the right thing for you, but that doesn't mean you're not ready, and it doesn't mean you're not qualified. It just means it's not your thing, and something farther down the road will be your thing. All right. Sorry, I feel like a bug flew up my nose. That's just what happened to me on live TV. Like a bug would fly up my nose. So I'm sorry I itched my nose on on live TV. Yeah, believe in you, love you, choose you, respect you. You got this. That's something we all need to tell ourselves. You don't know how many times, like even me, I was just talking on my last show about how it's important that I let you all know that I'm a human being and I screw up too. Yeah, I don't know how many times I have lately. My whole thing has been choose you, just choose you, because my thing is to give everything to everybody else and there's nothing left for me. And I don't make decisions that have to do with filling me up. So choose you. I'm telling you to choose yourself. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hey, Sheena. Well,
Hey,
first
how are you?
I need to know, am I going to have a fly up my nose today? No, just
I don't know. Maybe it's a thing, right? It was not a psychic prediction.
Oh,
It was
okay.
the thing that happened. So
Because there was a
tell
fly
everybody,
going around my house today, so I don't know. Yeah.
not up your nose, not good. Tell everybody who you are and where you're coming in from.
Oh, my name is Dave, and I'm in Buckeye, Arizona.
Beautiful. And what's your question, sweetie?
You know, I was tossing up two different questions I had, but I'm going to go with. Sometimes I just never feel like I ever really meet full happiness, contentness.
Sure.
Will I ever? Does the spirit know whether I ever will finally feel content at some time during my lifetime? I'm already 57. Yeah.
Absolutely, sweetie. You need to you need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe in your contentment, because you're this person that even when things come to you, sweetie, it's almost like you it's still not enough, right? Then you're thinking, oh, now I'm not happy about this, and it's
Yeah.
almost like it feels like you weren't raised to really be content. Is that true? Were you raised to sort of always keep achieving, going, struggling? It
I
just
don't know if I
feels
was
like,
always raised to keep going, but maybe raised that, maybe I was never good enough. So,
right. Be
so I had
happy
the
with what
other.
you've got. Be
Yeah.
happy with what you've got. It's all you. I just feel like there was an imprinting in you done at a young age that was not, hey, you're great, you're okay, things are wonderful just the way they are. So you always kind of feel like you're searching for this thing that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
So all you have to do, the happiness is there, the contentment is there. All you have to do, sweetheart, is believe in it and allow yourself to accept the contentment.
Sounds
I
good.
always say when I talk to my clients that if you're looking for reasons why your life sucks, you'll find them. But why look? You know what I mean? I can sit here right now and talk for an hour about and this and that, but why? Because we all have that, right? And we can choose to focus on that or not.
Right.
I do this thing that really helps me, that every night when my little cat and I go to bed, I kind of say to him, hey, Cullen, did you have a good day? I had a good day. And it's kind of the last thing that we think about before we sleep is, it was a good day. Nothing tragic happened, right? No one's at the vet. Everybody's okay. And
Yeah.
we had some food, we had a laugh, we had some pets, we watched TV. I worked and helped people. It's a good day. And I think it's so important to wrap up every day with that. It was a good day. Now, some days it's not a good day. And then you can say, all
Right.
right, this day, not so much. But I think we are taught as humans to struggle and strive and get the brass ring. We're not taught how to just relax and enjoy what's happened as it's happened. And meanwhile, our life is slipping by. How old did you say you are?
57.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be 57 in a week.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
six days. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's time, man. We're especially at that time in our life, right? We don't need strife every day. We need, hey, look,
Yeah.
I got a roof over my head. I've got food to eat. I've got love
Yeah.
in my life, and I'm a happy, healthy person. It's time for you to work on that contentment.
All right. Well, I thank
All
you
right.
very much.
You bet. Take care, sweetheart. Good question.
Thanks.
Yeah, great. Look, another great question about part of what I was saying at the beginning of the show about you don't always have to take responsibility for everything. You also don't have to take responsibility and own everyone's bad stuff, including yours, and let it stop you from the happiness and contentment that you seek. Being happy, being content, that doesn't mean that your life is perfect. It just means that it was a groovy day and everything's okay. And we do that. Cullen and I do that every night. And I do it for me. I started doing it when I moved into this house with him because I wanted him to know, even though it was a new house and that's scary, that every day was a happy day and we were going to have a good day every day in this house. So every night we'd go to sleep, I'd say, hey, it was a good day, right? You played, we petted, we snuggle. I call it snuggles or snuggles. Like we had snuggles, and you got to watch Golden Girls, which at that time he loved to watch Golden Girls before bed. Now it's Martha Stewart. My cat is a 75-year-old woman, and then we'd go to bed, have a good day, and I realized I was doing it for him, but it was healing me because it was something that I really needed to do. That feeling of you go to bed thinking, this was a good day. And part of that for us too is we watch something happy at night. Like I like thrillers, crime shows, supernatural shows. I like all that stuff. But at night, we watch a little Food Network. So it's, somebody's making pretty cupcakes or a cake. He likes to watch a little Martha Stewart. She's pruning a bush. She's making a tart, whatever's happening. And then we usually end the show with Antiques Roadshow, and we sleep with that because it's, people coming in with their treasures and congratulations, it's worth $10,000. Yay. So it's all happiness. And I think that has changed us both for the better. So there's something to think about. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi. My name's Angie. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Beautiful. From where my mom is from, Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
I love my Louisville.
Yeah. So I guess what I want to know is, do I have anyone coming and checking in on me and helping me help with my mother? That's passed.
Absolutely. You have an older female energy. Is it your grandmother?
Probably.
Is that your mother's mother?
Yes, both of my grandmothers are passed.
Yeah, this is your mother's mother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'm in her house.
She's
I live in
worried
her
about
house.
you're in your grandma's house?
Yes,
She's worried about your mama,
I bet.
and she's worried that you're becoming emotionally and spiritually and physically, but she's worried about the other two first, exhausted, helping to care for your mom.
Yeah.
Does your mom have she's got some things going on emotionally too?
Yeah, probably. She was just diagnosed with dementia.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm pointing to the temple here.
Yeah.
Frontal lobe stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's having a hard time with it.
Yeah. Sure.
So your grandma comes in to sort of try to smooth it over, sweetie. To try to sort of, when your mom starts to I feel that your mom is feeling like frustration in her head.
Yep.
And almost, it's like almost angry because she's frustrated.
Yeah.
And your grandma's coming in and trying to smooth that energy like she did when your mama was real little, like a toddler.
Huh.
Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah, it does.
The way only a mama can. calm you
Yeah.
down the way only a mama can.
Yeah.
And also sending a lot of healing light to you. She's really become sort of a guiding spirit for you both.
Right.
Before your mom got the diagnosis, was she still having a rough time with some stuff?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see some rough times with your mama.
Yeah. Yes.
And this is just kind of now adding to it.
Yes. Yeah.
And some people, when they get dementia, they almost become like, like sprite-like little children. But I see
Yes.
that that's not what happened to your mama.
No.
She's there's a little dark side happening.
Yes. Oh my God.
She's like a little possessed almost. She's
Yeah.
having a hard time.
Yeah, she is. I agree.
Yeah, sweetie, she just needs your grandma's doing everything she can from her end, and she says that just knowing that she's there is gonna help to make things better,
Yeah.
because you feel like you're sort of doing this alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and she doesn't want you to feel that way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thanks so much.
Okay, sweetie. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care, hon.
All right, thanks. You too.
Bet. It's hard, especially my mom had problems. She was physically became more and more unable to do things, and it was hard for her. And my mother had such a great personality and such a great attitude of like, here comes another bad thing, we'll get through it. But as she got old and became less and less ambulatory, she got angry, and it was hard for her. And it was hard for me to be around her because I was her only relative, and so many of her relatives and her friends had died, and there was just me. And so we just kind of got through it. But I think people think caring for an old person is like, the commercial for a place for mom, right? It's like, and mom is so like, I'm just old and lovely and need assisted living. They're not always like that. Sometimes it's hard. And so, yeah. So anyway, yeah. We're sending you all love. Everybody who's out there watching, let's send Angie some love, because she definitely needs the love. All right. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi,
Sheena. I just want to say, my friend has been sick and she been stressed. So I want to see, can you help me?
Yeah, sweetie, can you turn your camera on so I can see you?
Sure.
Hi. Oh, you're in the dark like somebody in witness protection. Okay, tell me again what's going on. Tell me who you are, sweetie, and where you're calling from, and then where you're coming in from, and what's going on with your friend.
So I'm from Ohio.
Okay.
So
and tell me what's happening with your friend.
So she has been stressed. She's been sick, and I've been trying to talk to her, but she hasn't been talking to me.
Okay. She just doesn't really want anybody around her right now. Has she told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She just doesn't want anybody, and I know it's hurting you so much not having her around. But she just doesn't want anybody near her right now. Is that the vibe that you're getting?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I think this is a really important thing. First of all, you really need to let her have the time to come to you.
Yes, ma'am.
But the other thing that's really important, sweetheart, is you need to make everything not a big deal. So no discussion of the friendship or what's going on, or are you mad at me, or just fun. She just needs you to send her like fun little memes or like cat videos, or hey, I heard this fun thing, or I'm just thinking about you and I love you. You know what I mean? She can't handle any big emotional discussions about anything. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. So last Friday I tried to talk to her, but it's like, I don't know. She hasn't been around lately.
Yeah. 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 Just, you got to give her some space and let her do her thing. And you're just going to have to be okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And not worry. All right.
Mhm.
She'll come around. She will. She might just need a little bit of time.
Bye, Sheena. Love you.
Love you too, sweetheart. You take care of you.
Mhm.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. It's hard. It's hard when we love people who go through things and then we don't hear from them for long periods of time. I have a friend who's just lost her mom, and I haven't really heard from her that much. And she's but lucky she's been pretty honest. Like I can't handle a lot of contact right now with anybody. And I understand it. Mostly I want to be in contact with her because I feel bad for her that she's somewhere by herself in an area where she doesn't have a lot of friends and she's grieving. But you know what? It's not for me to make those decisions. It's for her to decide when she wants to have a friend in her life. It's not for me to decide. So it's for me to just take her where she's at and send her love and send her a funny meme. And when the time is right and she comes back around, then the time is right. So it's hard. It's hard to let people go in order for them to come back, because we never want to let people go. But it's also important that we let people go. So because sometimes people need to be cut loose and have that freedom so they can figure their stuff out and come back. Your friend Alex is in a lot of pain, and your friend just needs to know you're there, but doesn't necessarily want you like right up in their business right now. And that's okay. Sometimes you got to give people, sometimes my best friend, she'll just say to me, I'll say, like, you want to talk tonight? You want to talk tonight? You want to talk tonight? Because we've been best friends since I was 14. So she's like the other part of my heart. And sometimes she'll just be like, going to bed early. It's a bad mental health week. And I'm like, okay. But you know what I mean? Then I can't be like, what does that mean? Why don't you call me? Are you mad at me? Can I help? And there's a part of me that gets like that, especially when I was younger. But now I'm just like, oh, I understand. Bad mental health week means she needs to sit in the bathtub, and then go to sleep. And okay, that's what she gets, what she wants. Everybody gets, my mom used to always say, everybody should get what they want. And I got to back off. All right. It's important to learn that. Because I used to be somebody who always inserted myself into stuff. And it was really just because I was trying to help. And then I got this message from Spirit that there's a little bit of an ego attached to that, because you decide when your friend needs help. And the truth is, it's not for us to decide. It's for them to reach out when they need help. And it's for us to just be okay. So think about that. Something to think about. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. My name
How
is
are you?
Sherry. I'm fine. My name is Sherry. I'm from a
Hi,
little
Sherry.
town, Gideon, Missouri. It's in the
Beautiful.
USA.
Beautiful. You have a very soothing ceiling fan.
Oh,
I'm
thank
watching
you.
it go around and around, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, this is like, I could go into a meditation because I'm so good at trance. What's your question for me, sweetheart?
I want a message from the spirit for my son.
Okay. You
His
want
name
it
is
from your son or for your son?
from my son. He's
Okay.
in spirit.
He's passed, right? Okay.
Yes.
Is there something that was left unsaid between you two? Is there something that bothers you that you wish you had told him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. And he wants you to know, sweetheart, that he already knows. And you don't have to worry. He knows.
Thank you.
If he didn't know then, and he sort of didn't know then, he's saying he absolutely knows now that he's crossed. And he loves you so much. And he's saying he doesn't want you to put yourself through any more torment over his passing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He's showing me that you just kind of let it run around your brain over and over and over again.
Yes.
And there's nothing you could have done. There's nothing you can do now except accept his love in spirit. And also, he's telling me, so when someone is alive, you've probably heard people refer to a soul tie. You have that with your soul family, which are the people who are the beings that are your family when you're at home in spirit. Then you come to the earth, and then some of them are your family here, or your friends, or different things you encounter here. When two people are alive, a soul tie is like, it's a gut tie. It's from your solar plexus to your solar plexus. But when someone passes, you can no longer have a human tie with them because they're no longer incarnate on the earth. So you have to allow them, the person in spirit, to cut that tie and then reconnect the tie that's heart to heart, because heart to heart is how you have the kind of soul tie that you have with somebody who's not alive. He says you're still sort of holding on to that solar plexus tie, like you're almost holding on to him as a living person more than you're accepting him as a spirit being. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so he's saying you need to let that go. If you feel that kind of icky tugging at your gut, just go with it and let him cut that tie. And then you'll feel the warmth in your heart and you'll know he's reconnecting it, because he would like to be closer to you. He'd like to be more in contact with you, but he's having problems doing so because he can't get there, because you're still trying to make him be alive again. And that's the one thing that he can't do. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you would be willing to do that, that would make him so happy. Sound good?
Thank you. Yes.
You bet,
Yes.
sweetie. You take care, okay?
Thank you.
Take care of you, sweetheart. It's so important that we know these things. You know? And these are things you don't know unless you know, right? No one teaches us this. Yeah, it's so important. Let's all send Sherry some love. I can tell she's still in a lot of pain over her son passing. Everybody today, people just need to hear how loved they are today. You'll find there's a theme, a running theme, right? That usually happens with the show. And this is today's. All right. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
How are you? Tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
Darlene Burton. I'm from Los Angeles.
Welcome.
So, yeah. So basically, what's going on is I've decided to change my path a little bit and go for something that I've always wanted to go for.
Good.
And I notice every time I do this, I get pushback.
Okay.
And it's, from what I've been told, is someone who's like, there's a jealousy thing going on. Sure. And I'm just wondering if I'm going in the right path, and if I kind of think I know where the jealousy is coming from, if I got the person kind of narrowed down.
You're definitely on the right path. So that's the good thing to know first, sweetie. You're definitely on the right path. As far as a person, sure. When we step into the light, are there haters, and haters going to hate, right? Sure, 100%. But really what the pushback is coming from is darkness. Because the more you step into the light, the more darkness pays attention. And darkness, one of the things that darkness does, and darkness as an energy, right? Not a specific person, is darkness tries to create drama and chaos and imbalance in our life so that we're distracted from our true path. Because people that are light bringers, the more you're walking your true path, the more that you're you're pushing the darkness away and you're growing the light. And that's what darkness doesn't want, because darkness is always fighting for the balance of the universe, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's where the pushback comes from. It happens a lot when people are about to get on their path. As a matter of fact, when I became a minister, and I never intended to ever become a minister, it was Spirit said do it, and I went and did it. All of a sudden, I suddenly had all these problems in my life with this and that, and this person and that person. And when I started working at the church I'm at, I said to our senior pastor, who's a good friend of mine, I said, I don't know what's going on with me, but the last year of my life has just been chaos. And he looked at me and he went, oh, honey, welcome to being a minister. And I thought, oh, yeah, because you're kind of just stepping into the light and you're saying, I'm here to help people. And then darkness is like, So I think that's the thing. The closer you get to where you're supposed to go, the more you're feeling that pushback. And all of us, when we step into our real soul purpose, we find that. And the trick is to just push past it and not get distracted, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense, because I tried to go down this path before and I got so much pushback. I was pushed back.
Yes.
Yep.
And sometimes
Yep.
it's purely energetic, Darlene. Sometimes it
Mhm.
comes in the form of people, and it'll be more than one. And you just kind of have to move past it. It's kind of like, I always use this analogy because here I go, 70s child. It's like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? All they want is to get the golden ticket. And then as soon as they get it, that creepy Slugworth guy is around the corner trying to talk nasty stuff and bring it all down. Darkness is like
Right.
Slugworth in the cave, in the free, under the freeway overpass. Like, I mean, it's trying to tell you, no, don't step in the light. Don't do that. You can't do it. It's not good. And remember that anybody who gets in your way, gets between you and your true soul purpose, that person's got to go, because that's not somebody that's here to help you bring more light to the world. And sometimes that can be somebody that you're very close to and it's hard to let them go. But anybody who can't hang with your connection with spirit and your place in the universe, they got to go.
Yeah.
So
Thank
keep an
you.
eye on that person. Okay. You're in good
All
shape.
right.
I'm
Thank
so
you very
excited to
much.
hear what happens. Take care, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gots to go. It's hard. It's hard to let people. There are some people who literally hate your joy. Like, the happier you are, the more good stuff is happening for you, the more you're feeling great about things, the more you're stepping into the light, the angrier and more put out and more disgruntled they become. And I call those people joy haters. They literally hate your joy. And they'll find something. Oh, I'm going to Disneyland. Oh, well, there's a drought in California. Like, they'll find any way to kill your joy. And I'm sorry, but those people's got to go. And if you have to have those people in your life because they're like bosses or, family members or your best friend's partner, whatever, and you have to have those people in your life, then you have to find a way to energetically filter out that negativity, because they will always wait till you're the happiest and they will find something to make it worse. I knew this really negative person once, and for whatever reason, my best friend and I both had to deal with her. And so one day, just kind of as a lark, because that's how my friend was, she told this friend of hers, hey, we're going to dinner with so-and-so. We're going to bring you with us and I'm going to buy your dinner. And every time this person says something negative, I want you to jump into the conversation and start talking about yourself and be positive. So we're sitting down with this person that we were both working with. And, she starts her negativity and her doom and gloom and the world is terrible. And every time she does it, my friend's friend jumps in and here's a positive thing. Let's talk about this. And I love bumblebees. And this happened to me. And isn't it? And after about 20 minutes, I literally thought this woman was going to spontaneously combust. Her face got beet red and she started to shake and sweat because she wasn't allowed to put her negativity out there. She was trying to push her negativity all over us and everybody in the restaurant. And this woman kept jumping in and blocking it with positivity. And I literally thought, and eventually, like I said, 20 minutes in, she got angry. She got up, she left. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to have dinner with you people. And then literally told my friend, don't ever bring your friend. I didn't like her. That some people just live in the negativity. And if you're going to live in the light, there's going to be pushback from them. And if you're going to hold joy, be a joy bearer, then they're going to have a problem with that. And if you're going to be a light bringer, then they're going to have a problem with that. And you just have to push past it. It's like the kids with the golden ticket. There's Slugworth, and I'm not listening to you. I'm going to see Willy Wonka anyhow. That's how you have to be. You have to just run away from Slugworth. That's what you have to do. And it's hard sometimes, because sometimes that's a person in your life that you don't want to let go of. And then suddenly you realize, I had a problem. This person hates my joy. But you got to go. You got to keep moving. You can only stay with people who are wonderful. All right. All right. Let's do another message from Spirit. It's so great to be with you all. Hi. Oh, I can't hear you, sweetie. Can you turn your mic on? All I can see is beautiful eyebrows. The best eyebrows. I have like almost no eyebrows. Sweetie, try going out and coming back in. All right, there we go. Sometimes you got to go out and come back in. Sometimes you got to go back, correct where you were, come back. The studio software we use is amazing, but it has some glitches, as all software does. And one of the little glitches is sometimes, for whatever reason, a mic doesn't work and you got to go out and come back in. If you want to be a guest on the show, send me a text message. Here's my phone. It's going right to my private phone. 818-437-0886. And if you're outside of the U.S., you can message me on WhatsApp, 1-818-437-0886. Now I can hear you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
Tell us all who you are and where you're coming in from. Did I lose you again? Oh, I lost you again. I had you. Can you not hear me now? Is your camera unmuted? There's like a little red line. Okay, she's going to go out and come back in. All right. Look at me. I've become a technical expert. Go visit my website. Get to know me better. SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. And I would love for you to follow me on all of my Facebook platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm just at Sheena Metal. And if you're on Instagram, my cat has his own Instagram page, at Cullen the Cat Official. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
There you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, tell us all who you are, where you're from, and what your question is.
Okay, well, my name is Chris. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. And my question is if there's any past loved ones with me right now, or if they have anything to say.
Sure, absolutely. Be a little I'm feeling like a really strong male energy. Chris, who is that?
It could be my grandpa. I'm not too sure.
Okay. All right. Were you close with him?
Not. I mean, as a kid, I knew I really looked up to him, but he died when I was young, so I didn't really get to progress that relationship.
Okay. Is there a reason why he would have been guarding you? Because it seems like he's very much like a guiding spirit, which is what a lot of people call a guardian angel.
Okay.
So, is there something when you were growing up that you needed that he could help with from where he was?
From where he was, I don't know. To be honest, I don't remember him being around much. And like when he was there, it was like, wow, like I finally, he's finally here. Someone I love so much I don't really get to see.
Yeah.
But I do feel a lot of the times that he is with me. I don't know. I don't know if it's anxiety or what, but like I just feel like there's a lot of bad that follows me. So that kind of makes sense why he would be protective.
I don't know that there's bad that follows you. And let's talk about that, because I know it's hard when you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that sometimes you feel like you're different, and that makes you feel lonely. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're different from other people. And
Yeah.
it's almost sort of like you haven't really found your people yet. Like some people,
Yeah.
you haven't really found the place that you 100% belong yet, Chris. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense for me.
And that can make you feel kind of alienated and like you're kind of looking in at everybody in their lives from the outside, but it's not really part of your life yet.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I think that's part of what he's looking in on for you, sweetie, is to help you sort of integrate into humanity and feel like you belong more. You know, the world is weird because from a spiritual perspective, we're all welcome, and we're all welcome exactly as we are. But then society, earthbound people tell you, no, if you're not this and this and that and this, you have to be this and you have to be that. And some of us just don't fit in that box.
Right. Yeah.
So you kind of have to find the place where the people who don't fit in the box are. And you're still kind of working there, and he's helping you with that. And he worries that you've been kind of unhappy, that there's been some sadness at just trying to figure out what your groove is, right? And where you belong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
And it's totally okay. You will find just where you belong. The world sort of has to catch up to you a little bit. Sometimes you get to a place where you outgrow people in your life, and everybody needs to catch up to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love that. It makes you feel a lot better, actually.
Because you're such a free thinker, and you're such a universal thinker, and you have so many deep thoughts that I feel sometimes like that makes you feel like, is anybody even like me at all? But those people do exist. You just have to find them. And in some cases you have to they have to mature into how you think. You need to grow into them. You just have to spend a little more time on the earth. So he's really there to help with that. Cause I feel like he was always such a support of you, exactly as you were in every way that you were.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, I love to hear that, actually.
Okay. So he's just here hanging with you now, making sure you're okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you so much.
Take care, Chris. You're awesome.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Chris is an awesome person. You will find your people. I promise. I promise, Chris. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So that's our show today. Wasn't that great? I hope everybody got some answers and some healing. And if you want to be a guest on the show, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. It's right there. Well, actually, it's right there. Yay. My website, sheenametalspiritual.com. And in my Facebook, at Sheena Metal, everywhere. Please go and follow me. There's some fun things happening. And follow the little man at Cullen the Cat Official on Instagram. I love doing this every week. We'll see you next Wednesday, 2:00 Pacific time on PARAPOD TV. Thank you so much to my friend Tony Sweet. He's the owner and the operator of PARAPOD TV and its sister network, UBN Go, and the amazing new nonprofit, Earthly Beings. Thank you for letting us be part of your spiritual and your television family. And to my engineer and producer, Emery, you are the wind beneath my wings, my friend. What on earth would I do without you? Until I see you next week, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, embrace unity, always work to raise your vibration, and know that you are love and you are loved and you're so loved by me. I'm Sheena. This is Messages from Spirit. And you know what? I'll see you next time. Take care of you. Namaste.